The hangar doors shuddered under the weight of something massive, far heavier than any starship registered in the human union. When the doors finally groaned open, every mechanic in Dockyard Theta froze. Except one. Because while everyone else stared in fear at the towering alien women ducking into the bay, the simple human mechanic named Jox Holter just raised a brow, wiped his hands, and muttered, "Well, someone definitely voided their warranty." The giants were Etherian-foot-tall warrior women, known across the galaxies for hunting cosmic leviathans and breaking ships in half with their bare hands. Jox, by contrast, was known for fixing vending machines that ate credits and shuttles held together with duct tape. But the Athari stepped into the hangar anyway, their heavy armor clinking and their towering shadows swallowing the room's light. Everyone else scrambled away, all except Jox. Their ship, a colossal, tusk-plated cruiser, was smoking, dripping coolant, and sparking with enough voltage to fry a small moon. The tallest of the Athari, a woman in bone-white armor with luminous gold eyes, stepped forward. "You," she said, pointing a giant clawed gauntlet at Jox, "are you the healer of machines?" Jox blinked. "Mechanic. But close enough. We were told you are." "Gifted," she said, though it sounded like she didn't fully believe it. Jox grabbed his toolkit. "Let's find out." The broken ship of GINTS-7, getting inside the Aetheri vessel, felt like entering the rib cage of some ancient beast. The interior lights flickered red, warning of imminent power collapse. Pipes hissed overhead like angry serpents. Jox climbed a ladder built for beings twice his height and nearly slipped into a coolant pit the size of a swimming pool. The ship wasn't just damaged, it was mangled. "What in the stars did you do to this thing?" Jox asked. "A smaller well, smaller for an Aetheri woman answered, scratching her crest horn sheepishly. "We may have flown it through a plasma storm while fighting a worm god." "Worm god?" "It was very angry." Jox grabbed a wrench. "That'll do it." He worked for hours, crawling into spaces where Athari hands were too big to reach, reconnecting neural wiring only humans had the precision to handle. The Athari watched him like he was performing magic. At one point, the bone-armored leader leaned toward him. "You risk yourself for our ship." "Why?" Jox shrugged. "You need help. And fixing things is what I'm good at." The leader whispered something in her native tongue, and the other Athari nodded solemnly. Jox didn't understand it, but he noticed the sudden seriousness in their eyes. "The engine." A fracture in the plasma core chamber meant the ship could go supernova if they tried to start it. Jox chewed his lip. "This is bad. Can you fix it?" The leader asked. "Maybe, but I need someone strong enough to hold this stabilizer shield in place while I weld." The Athari laughed. "We are all strong enough." Jox shook his head. "Strong enough, while burning plasmas blasting in your face." In silence. Then the leader stepped forward, lowering her massive helmet. "I will hold." Even with the shield, the plasma heat would have cooked a normal human. But she didn't flinch, not when the flames licked her armor, not when sparks rained down her arms. Not when molten metal splashed dangerously close to her face. Jox welded furiously, sweat dripping into his eyes. When the final seam closed, the engine hummed back to life. The ship, the pride of the Aetheri, was whole again. Jox fell back, exhausted. "Done. Your heart engine's safe." The leader looked at him as though he'd performed a miracle. "You have saved our lives," she said. "You have earned a gift." Jox blinked. A gift. The Aethari exchanged a look. A very meaningful look. The gift of the OTHRI they brought. Him to the ship's ceremonial chamber, a place lined with starbeast skulls and glowing runes. The women stood in a circle, towering over him like living mountains. The leader lowered herself to one knee, so her eyes met his. "Among the Aetheri," she began, "a great act of service must be honored. You healed the heart of our vessel. You protected our tribe. You placed your small, fragile life between danger and our survival." She placed something enormous, glowing, intricately carved into his hands. It was a metal sphere the size of a human fist. It hummed like a living thing. "What is this?" It is a star core crest, a token carried only by those the Etheri consider family. Jocks nearly dropped it. Family. Another giant spoke warmly. It means, little mechanic, that wherever you travel, no Athari warrior will harm you. All will protect you, a third added. And if you ever call for help, we will come across galaxies if needed. Jocks stared at them, stunned. Seriously? Just for fixing a ship? No, the leader said softly. For treating us like people, not monsters. Extended a massive hand. Jocks hesitated, then shook it. Her grip was surprisingly gentle. But another Athari said suddenly, There is. One more part of the gift. Jocks blinked. More? We have decided, the leader declared proudly, to offer you the honor of a life-debt escort. One of us will accompany you wherever you go. Cox choked. A giant alien bodyguard. Not bodyguard, she corrected. Sister of battle, defender, companion. Exactly. The Etheri all pointed at the bone-armored leader. She looked down at Jocks, gold eyes glowing. I am Carol, she said. And until your day's end, mechanic, I stand by your side. Jocks swallowed hard. Well, guess I'm getting a new wrench, buddy. Curl smiled, a rare sight that showed just a flash of predator teeth. The galaxy, she said, will fear the day you and I walk together. EPLOGOE as Jocks left Dockyard Theta with a 9-foot warrior woman walking beside him like a steel tower. The other mechanics stared in utter disbelief. What the void did you do, Holter? One whispered. Jax just shrugged. Fixed a ship, patted the glowing star core crest on his belt, and accidentally gained an alien family. Carl gave a deep, rumbling chuckle. Come, small mechanic. Let us see what else in this galaxy needs fixing. Or breaking. And together, they stepped into the stars.